And away we go. Yeah, I wrote down an afternoon with an ADHD housewife. That was supposed to be an afternoon with an ADHD housewife. I never plan anything. I squirrel off and think of things and talk about them, and but yeah, that maybe I can fix it when this is all done and over with. So it actually says ADHD because that's what I am. Now, I don't know. I've got one dot. I don't know why. Oh, wow. Six. My poor hand. I would have to like lean the phone up against something just to talk. God, being 22 and in love, I had an infant at 22 following us around. Well, cat, that's my pant leg. Mama, is there a reason why we're trying to climb up my leg? Mm-hmm. And it's got to be a lot different. Good, yeah. If I'm watching too many things on YouTube, I use this. I thought it'd be really great to glue it together. I'm doing good today. I thought it'd be a really good idea because this kept falling off to super glue it back on. I super glued it backwards. Cat crumbs. I super glued. This should be the other way. So now I have to put like a jar of whatever on the other side to counterbalance it. Now, tomorrow I'm going to be on the hillside. I'm going to try to get out a little bit earlier. I'm just going to wash my hair, throw on a little bit of makeup, and go. No. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was quite. And I was just like, what did I do? And I can't fix it. And it's like, on the plus side, though, if I can set, say, a jar of ketchup or syrup or something on it, and it'll balance it nicely. And it's not in the way of the phone if it goes down too far. So, yeah, I couldn't believe I did that. I was like, I'm tired of pull because you pull it out and then you got to stick your finger in there to get the whole thing out again, the extension part out. And I was like, I'm tired of doing this. So I'm going to super glue it. And I super glued it. So until it probably won't ever break now. So I'm pretty much stuck with that unless I decide to feel ritzy and buy a second one, which I don't need. But, oh, yeah. I mean, I got enough stuff around here. I can grab it like behind me or behind here. I've got a nice big old bottle of clear lamp oil I can put on it. So, matter of fact, I still have a Christmas decoration. Now that I look at it, I really don't pay attention. But I have some little choir kids with a Christmas tree and a TV lantern and some music box. The light don't work anymore though. But oh yeah, back in the day when we didn't have anything fancy, it was like whatever you can find, use it. My God, I remember the 70s drinking or having cereal with powdered milk. That was nasty. That was back when Dad was out of teaching and Mom was only part-time, and we were living on $500 a month. I got to the point I would eat my puffed rice with just water because that was gross. I will never ever do powdered milk again. Well, can't say that nowadays. Who knows? I've got some of that Niños. It's a Mexican powdered whole milk for children. So if we get into a pinch and whatever's coming this way, I'll use that. Cat, really? No. Oh boy, yeah, this place is it's a little bit of everything. I can't decorate to save my life. I cannot decorate. Yeah, I've got that Ninos. I need to put some of it into Mylar with oxygen absorbers. But yeah, I can't decorate to save my life. Let's see. That's a picture I took up on Rainier Paradise Side on the Skyline Trail. That's a flag I got from some dude on Twitter years ago. He makes it with laugh. That is, you can't see the other ones from the side, is the Goat Rocks in Washington. So, yeah. So I just decorate with my pictures that I've, so I can remember, oh yeah, I remember that one. Oh, we did this there. I've got a beautiful one panorama of Diablo Lake in the Northern Cascades. And well, maybe I'll dig it out next time because it's on an external. On our 33rd wedding anniversary, we went up to the Northern Cascades, and that water is like turquoise. It's really cool. What time is it here? 1:26 p.m. here. So is it 10:26 there? Or 9:26? I want to say there's an 8-hour difference. So yeah, I've got flour vacuum sealed, powdered sugar, brown sugar. Noodles don't vacuum seal too well because they poke right through the vacuum seal. Oh yeah, so 8:20. Okay, so there's a 7-hour difference. So yeah, 7-hour difference. That's not too bad. Oh yeah, it's just stunning. What did I write down? We were talking about my little. I have a gazillion of these things. They're my daily idea of journaling. Numbers and. Oh, so you changed on the did they go back or do they go forward on the 1st? And then I'll be confused. 31st, then I'll be confused all over again. I try to keep track. It's impossible. I have it on my phone. So, okay. So it's just like that same caca we have to deal with here. So, but this eclipse, I finally listened and wrote down the name of these towns that all have the same name yeah, I'm tired of it. That the eclipse is going to go through, and I think there's like 8 of them or 7 of them, and their names are Nivea. That's the town's name. So there's supposed to be something in that. I don't know, but Nivea, and I can't remember what the idea was with it. I was watching Pastor Paul Begley, and I like watching him. I like watching him, but I prefer when Mike from Around the World is on. So, yeah. Nivea. There was something biblical, and I don't remember. And I kick myself for not remembering. But I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to see anything. And then there's something in the X I can't remember from the last one that we had in 17 to this one coming up. And the warnings make me wonder, though. Yeah. Of a national emergency, or not a national, but a whatever state of emergency, wherever they're at. And I'm like, didn't have any problems out here. We had ours. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's going through the Bible Belt. I don't know. But, yeah. What the hell? But yeah, today's been kind of boring. I had church without walls just a bit ago. It just ended, and I've been trying to make some Anglican prayer beads. It's very hard with these things to make them because where are they at? I'm trying to pick them up without undoing them again. Starting. There's the cruciform beads, and then we have the weak beads, 7 weak beads. Well, I'm trying to catch them with these nails rolling around. That's what I've been doing this morning, and then trying to. Got it. I gotta get the scissors when this is done. Where's the other one? You can't tell that it's graph paper in the sunlight. But I've got graph paper I got to cut out so I can figure out the best way I can fit in this fabric I have to use because it's 108 inches wide. So, yeah. But I think I'm going to get all my clothes laid out tomorrow. I think I'm going to hit the tannery before I go to the hillside so I can cook even more. But I'll get my summer tan in before I go to the cabin next month. I cannot wait to go and sit there and just silence and water and birds. And my cat is digging at the floor. I'll be right back. She wants in. Goose! Now, how in heaven's name did you get yourself around the I give up trying to figure it out. Oh, the house smells so good. Oh. And I'm back, and she's back in. No, it's what we call the tanning beds. It clears up my skin. It's lovely hormonal skin you get when you start to into your late 50s, early 60s. You think you're a teenager all over again. So, no, I just go bake in them little tubes. Only thing I put sunscreen on are these puppies. Oh, that would be nice. Oh, yuck. Through the haze, I can see more those lovely sky writings. Yeah, they probably call this full sun, and I call it chemical haze. So, I got this. I think the reason it survives is it's the native skin. I've got the lovely. I don't burn. Well, I do burn. It just doesn't show up, but it hurts. It hurts. Go to scratch myself and go, ow, I have a sunburn. It doesn't look like it, but I do. Yeah. I made a mistake once down in Kauai. Laid out in the sun, 45 minutes on each side. It's not really doing anything. Might as well just go back. Yeah, you are sort of olive skinned. That was a mistake. 45 minutes on each side. I look like a baked lobster because I didn't account for the angle of the sun. Up here, we're in the north, so it's always at an angle. It's not direct. Oh my God, that was painful. All I could do was just sleep in nothing but a sheet. My mom and my cousin were laughing because on the ride home, I'm like, why does my elastic hurt? Why does my elastic hurt? Oh my God. I got home and was like, or back to the motel room and I was like, oh my God. I toasted myself good. And then I blistered the top of my feet at, what was it? Hanama Bay. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's that one by Waikiki. Everybody likes to go and snorkel in. Well, the sun, the water, and my feet in about this much water. blistered the top of my feet. So, yeah, that hurt bad. Hey, Seventh, how you doing? You holding the ship down over there? I didn't know if there was a show this around noon or what. I was at Church Without Walls. I'm trying to play with beads. Trying to get these prayer beads put together so I can mail them. Oh, I sent Reverend Ed it's called an outlines for Bible studies. I don't know where I got the book. I'm not sure because I like old things anyway. It was from the 1880s. And I sent it off to him, registered mail, so they signed it, so I got it. And he said today, he goes, that is such a neat book, I'm afraid to open it. He goes, it's so old. He says, it still smells like old book. And I'm like, yeah, I'll read it, open it. It's sure doing more good than sitting in my bookcase doing nothing. So, yeah, I'd have to be twins. I don't know if the world could handle twins of either one of us. That might be just too much for the world. But no. I can't wait to get outside tomorrow. I hope there's more flowers out. Oh, that's what I'll see if I can figure out again. Oh, and I see StreamYard reset my hours, so I got 20 for this month. I think you get 20 a month, which is about right. Let's see if I can do this. Share screen. Window. No, that don't work. How did I do this? How did I do this the other day? Share screen, Chrome tab, window. No. Where did all my... Don't tell me something happened and I closed. I had a whole bunch of pictures I was going to show off and explain what they were. Think I can find them? No. Did I close them? No, they're right there, but I don't know if I can get to them. Oh, let's see. Present, share screen. Select tab to share. Oh, there we go. I have it open. Yeah. These little guys are, and they should be starting to bloom here next month. I didn't know Washington State had orchids. These are little orchids. And they call them fairy slippers, and I don't know. Oh, flowers, yes. Flowers, it's spring, it's Oestra, it's the equinox. I guess spring started yesterday. I thought it started tomorrow, but I don't care. It's still spring. But yeah, I did not know Washington State had orchids. I thought that would be something you found in a tropical area, not on the forest floor. I wish I could get them in. They're tough to get in clear, but they're really cool. Let's see if I can find another one. Let's see. No, just try to find me. I'm just trying to get this better. Oh, cool. I never pictured the northern areas having orchids. And of course, I think of orchids and vanilla beans and those things you get in the grocery store that they shove dye into and make them purple or blue. These are called trillium, and they start blooming in the mountains when the mountain starts experiencing its spring. They're really pretty. You can kind of judge by the time of the year when these different things come out. But they're really neat. Let's see if I can. It's going to do this. I'm just trying to get. I don't know how Mark does it, but I don't know what Mark uses. Hopefully, let's see. These guys. These are bitterroot flowers. Yeah, they kind of do, don't they? Edelweiss. These are bitter root flowers. I need to go out and get some of the roots, but they are so soft and so delicate, and they just grow in dirt. Just there's no real leaves. I'm not exactly sure. They have to just get their photosynthesis just from the flower itself. But that purple is so stunning. Matter of fact, I have that picture printed up in my bathroom because my bathroom's got purple walls. Yeah. Those are really neat. I can't wait for those to come back up and me get back up on the hillside when those come out and you can see them pop up all over in the dirt areas. They don't pop up in the grassy areas though. So, but yeah, that's your bitter root flower. Let's see. What else did I pull up? Because I found an old memory card. So I'm like, oh, what's on this? I've had it for so long that share screen. So this is all Greek to me. Soon, when I get out in the hillside, the ground will look like this. And we walked through this last week, but it wasn't this green yet. That's the time I go out and start harvesting pieces of sage so I can make smudging sticks. Oh, pretty. Hopefully Friday I'll know if the arboretum has started to bloom, if the cherry blossoms and stuff bloomed. There really isn't a smell, oddly enough. That one doesn't have a smell. Now the violets have a nice smell if you can catch the breeze just right. And I don't see one of those trees in here, but we'll have a bush out here in the sagebrush that's got the bees just love, and it smells so good. And they're just little tiny yellow flowers, but it's just on a bush. It's really cool. Let's see. I'm still learning all this stuff. What else is out here? Oh, that's my notes. These little guys are out there. If I can get the little, you find them scurrying around every now and then. Not really. It smells like hot dust come summertime. You smell hot dirt. That's a horny toad. And they're about this long. They're not very big. And by God, are they fast. And on the same hillside, depending on the terrain, depends on what color they are. If you're in a darker terrain, they'll be darker. I don't know if they change colors or if that's just how they adapted to where they're growing up. Oh man, Washington State is just amazing. There's everything. And we even occasionally have tornadoes. We've had tornadoes in Washington. We've had tornadoes in Idaho too. So I remember going to my aunt's, looking up and going, what happened there up on the hillside, on the mountainside? There's a big old swath of forest missing. She goes, a tornado went through there. And I'm like, oh, goody. So let's see. Yeah. They're all very, very different. Oregon's similar. The west side of Oregon's similar. And then the middle, not the Willamette's just like an extension of the Cascades. And there's the dry side. Oh. Didn't know that they were the state flower. Our state flower is the rhododendron, so I could just go to a nursery and get some. And our state bug is dragonfly, and our bird's the goldfinch. And I need to get more food out in the feeders. But then if I do that, they end up perching in the tree and crapping all over my car. So, yeah, Washington State's a pretty cool state to be in. Taxed to the high heavens. And now, all right, where'd they go? Oh, duh, I know what I did. I swear this isn't blonde. This is gray, and the air just goes straight through. There's nothing to stop it. I have to have this window shrunk down to find my other pictures. It only shows me this one. Yeah. Okay, there we go. This is an Ansel Adams moment. Trying to remember. Whoop! There we go. Trying to remember where it was. I'm thinking the American River. It's either that or where the American River and the Bumping River come together. But yeah, I like to take black and white photos. So, okay. It makes me stop before it won't let me just click to another one. At least this one doesn't. But I could. Where was it? This is on top of the hill. I want to get back up there because you can see 360 all the farmland around you, and it is so quiet. Because part of the hill down low, you can hear the traffic and the semis and everything going through. You get up high and there's nothing, just wind, and that's it. Oh, dandelions are good for you. You toss a little bit into your salad. It's excellent for your heart. These little things will have bright yellow flowers on them. And then when they dry out, they're the ones that sound like rattlesnakes. Yeah. My yard's starting to have violets pop up in it. I think they're violets. I get purple flowers in my yard. The good chunk of this town, the old parts of the town, have violets in their grass. And I don't like to mow my grass until the violets are dead because they look so pretty. So I gotta keep an eye out for a new lawnmower. Let's see. How do I do this again? Window. This is, I believe. Oh, that would be gorgeous. Oh, that would be stunning. I've seen pictures. Oh, it's almost magical. Yeah. You said it and I did. That's too funny because my brain was over. It wasn't even reading. It was overthinking of a field of bluebells. And this is the Ohanapakash River. It just below Mount Rainier in the Stevens Canyon, the Paradise side. You can't right now get to, well, I think you can, part of the trail for the Grove of the Patriarchs, but you can't get across the river. Hey, suspicious guys, how's it going? You can't get across the river on their cable bridge because that got washed out a couple years back. So who knows, with all our funds going overseas, if we'll ever have enough funds to fix that. It's all right. Hey, suspicious. Nivea is the name of that town, or the several towns have that one name that I kept trying to think of when the eclipse goes through. Yeah, it's Nivea. I actually had to slow down and write it down, or I'd forget it. Oh yeah, this water is so clear, and it's cold. Hi, Mary. How are you? It's clear, it's cold, and it's delicious. I got no problems drinking it. Yeah. Good, good. Just rest. Yeah. And today's been so far a good day. The heart hasn't bothered me. I mean, so yeah, 7 out of the 9. That's what it is. Um, yeah, the heart hasn't bothered me, but we probably don't have any much solar activity because I haven't seen Mark pop on. So just, I found a memory card and I'm kind of going through it and showing off pictures of Washington. Most of my pictures are of Washington. They've got some Oregon. I haven't been to Idaho lately. My brother's bugging me. I need to come see him. And I'm like, I don't leave the house much. Yeah. Ever get the feeling you're being stared at when you're in the woods? We were being stared at. We have mule deer up here. Mule deer, and we have elk. And I forget what type of elk. I don't think they're Rocky Mountain elk. They were imported to this area. They're not natural, so I forget. Like over 100 years ago, somebody shipped in like 25, and now we got a whole bunch. Yeah, I know. Oh man, I have a joke that goes with whoppers and elk turds. That if you see a little, I'll put out for the kids when they were younger. You put a pile of whoppers in your, on something like a table or something that's got a good fair amount of spacing. Yeah, ours aren't too bad. They're not size-wise, they're not too bad for size. I prefer to eat elk though. So I would set it out on the table, a pile. I said, this is elk standing. And then I'd, kind of space them out a little bit. And I said, this is elk walking. I said, and then I have them really spaced out. And I said, and this is elk running. And they just think that's hilarious. That's like, I said, so now you can identify your poops when we're outside. Yeah. The deer and the elk. And then I had the hillside a few years back. I was finding the weirdest, this sounds terrible, the weirdest poops out there. And I'm like going, well, no, it's not coyote. It's not deer. Couldn't quite figure out what it was because they were just kind of random spots. Oh, I know. They're huge. And you guys used to have that. What was it? The Irish elk that's extinct now. That was humongous. I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, well, that's not bird doo-doo either. And then the next spring, I ran into a family who was out for a walk in the hillside with their family of goats. I was just like, really? None of them, they were all just walked with them. They're like, they were the family dog. They just had, mama goat and the billy goat and some little kids walking with their own kids. And I'm like, okay, that's where the weird poop's coming from. But only that 1 year. I don't know if somebody told them, don't bring them out here. I don't know. They're kind of what I call granolas. So, yeah. Let's see if I can find another one. Done that one. I only shoved a few up here to see how this would work. This is where are we at? Can I make this any bigger? Oh, no, there, show chat. I know I did that, but it also showed. No, okay, well, now how do I get this exit full screen? Okay. And now there's chat. Okay. Oh, they're good sized dogs. Yeah. My aunt had a couple of them. Take care, Suspicious. Have a good day. Uh, no, it's not slow exposure. It's just as fast as it was going. It's just one big blur. That is in the spring when the runoff is really, really bad and high. This is they call it Silver Falls. Not to be confused with Silver Falls in Oregon. But yeah, that's coming right off right here. Yeah. That's a walk I like to take the daycare kids on because it's not too hard and they go down by the water and stuff and they know not to get too close to it. But yeah, that's a really pretty area and it's about maybe a mile hike in and out. It's not too bad. It's only bad if it's really hot outside. But and that blue sky, nothing beats that blue sky. That's definitely not what I got now. I got this lovely white haze that everybody's freaking out. Oh, it's going to get warmer. It's going to get warmer. And we can grow more food. And less people die from the heat than they do the cold. So a degree ain't going to make a difference. Oh. Oh, bolt cutters to cut part. Oh. That had to make it uneven for the. Why didn't they just cut some of the tree? I've been there when they've cut the horns off of calves or yearlings. That sounds like you're just squishing, like you're cutting a piece of celery. Ugh. Yeah, it's just like it's, and then you have to have these. You got to dig in there and find these two little nerves, and you have to pull them out, or the horns will grow again. So, yeah, you used to have to get them in a squeeze chute and get the vet to come in and take them off so they don't grow. But yeah, we up to the west, closer to the mountains, they get elk in the orchard, and they will eat everything. So some guy stacked a bunch of tires, leftover tires, and kind of made a wall, and they seem to avoid that. I don't know if it's very healthy to have, I know we can't burn tires, but yeah. I watched a guy stick a piece of wood in a tire and then just start whacking at it and splitting it right in the tire. I'm like, God, that's easier than going to chase it, to go pick it up, to bring it back. But yeah, I don't. But tomorrow, let's see if the weather. It's supposed to be in the 60s. Oh yeah, they do make that sound. That and but they're not hurt because they can't even feel. The horns are dead. But it's probably more scared than anything. Yeah. And I always teach the daycare kids, if you hear the sound of a baby crying in the forest, go the opposite direction as fast as you can. Because I hear that's a cougar. So, yeah, we just don't want to mess with them. They'll walk through the town occasionally. They'll, what is it they'll do? Yeah, their grandmother's place, about 4 houses down, has a pond. Well, it's more like now it's a big frog sanctuary. Had a bobcat at it drinking water. The poor bobcat looked sick, but it was just like, okay, get all the house cats inside. Yeah, no, he looked hungry. It just no, I made sure we had all the cats. Oh, geez, I mean, we're not as bad as Australia though. We have rattlesnakes and black widows and brown recluse, hobo spiders. Um, we even have a what I was surprised. We have a rubber boa snake somewhere on one of these cards. I have a picture of it. We sat down by the lake, and I thought it was some kind of funky ass worm because it was like a light brown, and then I put it into reverse lookup, and I'm like, wow, we have boa constrictors in Washington State. So we even have we have scorpions too, but they're only about this big. Um, what do we have? We have cactus with spikes on them, which I didn't know we had till about 15 years ago. When I was out geocaching. Yeah, we have cactus with spike, and they're spiky. Don't touch them. Yeah, I mean the state of volcanoes, and I remember when St. Helens went. The white scooping. Oh, scorpions. Oh, yeah, ours are just tannish brown, luckily. And those black ones, I guess, are pretty bad too. I remember my great aunt saying the scorpions up here won't kill you like they will in Mexico. And I'm like, that's nice. No. Yeah. It's another reason I have zero desire to move to Arizona. I don't want to deal with tarantulas. I don't want to deal with scorpions. I don't want to deal. No. You know, it's one thing to wake up with a sunny day and then 5 minutes later it's snowing. I'll deal with that. But yeah, we've got our fair share of bugs. Of wasps are out. I have two little, and I'm afraid to dig into it. I got two holes where like a door knocker was on the door, and I never did putty it in. The leaf cutter bees did it for me. So I don't want to go digging in there in case there's anything like a larvae waiting to hatch or whatever. If they open up, if it opens up, it opens up. If it doesn't after a year, then I am sealing it all up with them still in it, I guess. But I have to go. I'll even go through the tub and just kind of swoosh my hand around before I get into the shower because all of the little tiny no-see-ums, and scoot them out of the tub before I take a shower. One is trying to save, get it out of the shower so it go, out. Oh no, it flew right in the water and went right down the drain. I'm like, I tried to warn you. I tried to warn you, and you just committed Harry Carey and went gone. So, yeah. Good. What is it? We got a pot outside and I had a dream they hatched last night. I had a dream that the praying mantises hatched last night, but they didn't. I mean, we had 2 days of 70-degree weather, but it's not enough to get them to hatch. Somewhere on my YouTube here, I have a video of them hatching. The kids had a empty aquarium, so they put one in. It had put its little casing on a piece of silk leaf from a silk flower, and so they brought it in spring and watched it hatch. And I got video, and you got all these little tiny praying mantis just crawling out all over the place. It was kind of cool. And then once they all pretty much we just took it outside, left the lid off, and they just did their own little thing wherever they went. So yeah, we get the cat will bring in every now and then a nice good sized praying mantis. It's like, no, don't eat it. Don't. Oh. 1 year on the barbecue was a headless praying mantis. That's why I tell the daycare kids. I said, "What's it missing?" She's like, they're like, "Its head." Yep, yep. When I said the missus ate it. Mhm. So if she's hungry, she'll eat it. No, I remember taking the daycare kids. I got a salmon at Costco, a whole salmon, minus the head. And Carly was looking at it going, "Fishy, fishy, fishy, fishy." I said, "Yeah, that's fishy, but that's the kind of fishy we're going to take home and eat. That's a good fishy." But yeah, the uh, gastrologist's office has in a good, I think it's a 55-gallon tank, a good sized rainbow trout. And she was like 3 years old watching it go back and forth in the tank. And I said, "That is called delicious." I said, "Those are very delicious." So yeah, she likes fish. She likes thing with she if it not so much now, but when she was younger, if it wasn't pinned down, she's gonna eat it. And I gotta find a alternative to that good old Kraft singles cheese that all the little kids like. Because I guess it's got microplastics in it. Uh, uh, so I'm like, that's gross. I have a whole new brand thing. It's Kira like sliced cheese, and if Nana doesn't have it in the refrigerator, she knows to go out into the garage refrigerator where to find it. So still go and get her sliced cheese, but I got to find an alternative if that's got plastic in it. No thanks. And I was listening to a guy on here talk about all the different things that are in McDonald's now. About the only thing halfway decent to eat is just the hamburger patty. Because there's no oil, there's no seed oil, there's no nothing. It's just thrown on there with the amount of fat it's already got cooked that way. Fries have 9 ingredients in their French fries when it should just be potato and tallow. That reminds me, a friend of mine had two, what were they called? Some kind of turkey mixed. And one was Thanksgiving and one was Christmas. So, yeah, I forget what they were. Some kind of, I don't know what they were, but they were something with a turkey, something mixed with a turkey. But yeah, they were just called Thanksgiving and Christmas. I mean, I heard about that all the way up on Mount Everest. And the amount we have in us, well, our generation doesn't have near as much as the poor kids are going to have nowadays. It took me a long time to convince their mother, stop with the plastic water bottles. Drink the water right out of the tap. The water we have out of the tap here in this town is better than the water you're going to get out of a bottle. We have, according to, was it the FDA or whatever, we have 0 chemicals. But according to another website, I think we have 4. And those chemicals are so low that they don't even register in the FDA's issue. It's like arsenic, and that's the one that sticks out in my mind the most. But we have apples, so we have apple seeds. We have, yeah, yeah. That's just dinner. That's they were made to eat. And I think there's just trace amounts of some pesticides, but if we go on a trip and and I always I'll take my apple juice gallon things and fill them with water, and if like the motel room has its coffee maker, and they let go of some more water too. I remember that, or they were going to. I don't know if they ever did. But yeah, so I take my house water and with me, and I make my coffee, so my coffee tastes like my coffee at home. They're gonna flip and kill the Pacific. They don't. Oh, that sounds good. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna cut up chicken breasts into little chunks, and I got a General Tso's package seasoning. I'm gonna put that in the air fryer for dinner tonight, and then make some. What do they call it? Egg drop soup or whatever. You know, where you crack the egg as it's cooking. You toss it in there when it's cooking. I forget what it's called. I want to go have almond chicken, but I don't want to have to leave the house. Because and uh, Church Without Walls, we were talking about food and fish and lobster, and I did not know back east the poor people ate lobster sandwiches, and this was long ago, while the rich ate that's a tough one. Drill won't put any extra pounds on you. Um, and then the rich would eat peanut butter and jelly. I was like, wow. And then this one guy that Reverend would talk to said when he was younger, he'd switch his lobster sandwiches for peanut butter and jelly. And I'm like, oh. So we got talking food at Church Without Walls. And so Friday, I'm gonna do get some prawns, cook them, cut them up into smaller pieces because it's easier to bite. On nice toasty flour tortillas, prawns, some sweet chili sauce, and some cabbage, and have kind of shrimp tacos that way. I was like, oh, that sure beats. I had Irish chowder for lunch today, part of a container from Costco. It, it was like, yeah, we're talking food. I'm like, that wasn't enough. I'm still hungry, but I don't need to eat it. Or Diesel just get bigger again. One thing handy about the air fryer, like I'll go out and eat, and I get fish and chips wherever I go. I'll do that. I think for the last week and a half, every breakfast was a Jimmy Dean sausage biscuit with egg. Unfortunately, Tyson owns Jimmy Dean, so I'm gonna have to see who else sells something. Yeah, I just put all my French fries and my fish in the air fryer the next day for 7 minutes, heats it up nice and crispy, and it's really good. Yeah, Tyson is very bad right now. Do you get them small? The chickens we have around here, like, they're huge. They're like 8 to 9 pounds. We don't very often do you get like a 3-pound fryer anymore. They're huge. I mean, you could probably put of course, my air fryer ain't that big either. I could probably fit a Cornish hen in it, but yeah, no, I mean, even when I worked in the meat department, yeah, a lady would come in and want a nice little chicken, and we're like, they don't come little anymore. They come huge. Is that what happened? I never knew why, because I didn't want to ask. But um, that's awful. I eat yogurt once in a while. I like the kefir liquid. But let's throw that in a blender with some fruit and some. The 8-year-old come in and she says, "I'm eating healthy. I'm just gonna eat healthy," and I'm like going. So she goes in and I keep fresh berries. I pick them up at Costco. She got a small bowl of berries and buried it under whipped cream. And then I got those cheese and meat sticks that come together in a package. Yeah, I'm eating healthy, and I'm like going, well, you're not bad. Maybe you can cut back on the whipped cream a little. But she's a big kid, not fat, tall. She's just about up to my shoulder for being in second grade. So she's gonna be a tall kid. She's gonna be taller than her brother, and he's 12. He's gonna be 13 in less than a month. Good God, that goes by too fast. Let me see really quickly. See if this is charged enough. I can get it off the charger. Not YouTube. I want the weather. I want to see what it's supposed to be tomorrow. I want to wear shorts. 62 and sunny. No, it's 62 and a haze. Let's see. Okay. Oh, there we go. Supposed to be 65 tomorrow when I'm up on the hillside. So that won't be bad. I will be able to wear shorts so I can lay everything out tonight and then jump up and go. Oh, no. I'm teeny. Not really. Yeah, I'm short. About the only thing teeny on me are these little tiny Burger King hands. What was it? I've got a barrel rib cage, which I guess is really good. I said, if you're in cold weather, it's really good for your organs, but not for fitting into clothes. Oh no, that's terrible. Did she do that? I've done that, but not with yogurt. I don't have a gallbladder, so I've burped up my sleep, and it burns to no end. Oh, that's awful. I'm sorry, hon. Oh, that's got to be tough. Oh, I make cod, and first thing I thought out, blot it, get most of the water out, and then I really make it unhealthy. I cover it with mayonnaise and dill weed, and then I bake it. So, and the air fryer would work too. And I love the silicone things I have inside my air fryer. You get like a package of 3, so they start to get too many crumbs. You take it out, you wash it, put another one in, and you don't have to deal with all that crud on the inside. The mayonnaise is really good. Mayonnaise on corn on the cob. You'll forget butter. Forget butter. You don't have to, just slather it in mayonnaise and some salt. Oh, I cannot wait for summer to get here. It is so good. So, I'm hungry. I shouldn't be hungry. I didn't exercise this morning. I had to get up, shave my legs, and get ready. And then, of course, it was church without walls, so I've been working on making these beads while I sat here and listened. And yeah, Hellman's I think is the same on the East Coast. I think. Hello, I decided to move on my head. As Best Foods is here on the West Coast. Yeah. So it's a grocery outlet. We have a grocery outlet. We can get that once in a while at grocery outlet. They buy out another store that's going out of business, so all their stuff, they disperse it to different stores to get rid of it. Yeah, the only thing I'll use is Best Foods, and I get it Costco sized bugs. Because then if I do seafood salad or potato salad or uh, yeah, fast foods is our mayonnaise, and I think it's the same company all the way across. It's just different labels for different sides. Powdered, but oh, oh, that sounds too good. Oh, that was the heart attack waiting to happen, though. But good God, that sounds good. Oh, what is going on? Oh, some of my hair feels like it's moving, and it's not the first time in this house. Yesterday. As in French fries. Okay, well, I was kind of yeah. I Oh, cool. Why didn't I remember hearing something about that? A bit of a history on the French fry. This is a while back, but yeah, that's cool. Mother, when she was in Spain, they gave her whatever dish she ordered because she was American with a side of fries. She's like, I don't eat fries. Oh, I bet. I like grocery outlet when I remember to go. It's right there next to Wilco, the feed store. I don't want to go into the feed store because then I'm going to want to take home chickens. No, the neighbor has a rooster. It's like, really? It's too early. Oh, I bet they are. I always get a kick out of people if you're uh what's the word, culturally appropriating something when you got people wearing braids and and they're like, I love it when people go, really, if they're not just one person's braid, and how come they're called Dutch braids? What the hell? Okay, yesterday, do I have something? I probably have something. I poke my head outside, and I have to take a comb to it. I think we get these there somewhere. It fell into my hair. I can feel it, and I don't know if it's alive or not. Um, Maybe it's fell out by now. Since I don't have a whole lot of hair, if something makes a hair piece move, I'll feel it. Yes, please do. Yes, hit it. Don't quit it. This is strange. This feels really weird. I probably have a little tiny beetle since I went outside. So, but yesterday I spent the day talking to Bradley. Some talking, some cussing, at the walls. And oh geez, yeah. The daughter works at a Kroger, Fred Meyer's, in the click list section. She's the head lead for click list. So when they personally shop for people and then take it out to their cars. But I'm gonna be doing this all day. I'm cooking dinner last night, or well, not really cooking. I'm reheating the pizza in the oven that we got for free for his birthday, and I'm sitting there and I'm cleaning off the top of the stove, so getting all the crumbs off, and in my kitchen there's a doorway kind of thing. It takes 2 steps down because that's where the old garage used to be. And then it goes down into the laundry room, or the other way, it goes through a door to go outside. And then there's another one next to it. So there's one here to the laundry room. This one here goes downstairs, and it doesn't have a doorway, but it's an open doorway. There's no door. And so I put in I've sewed up blankets and have them. I can close it off to keep the heat in if I'm in the kitchen by myself and just stay warm. Well, on that one strip of wall between the two, I have seashell wind chimes. I bought it. God, it's got to be 20 plus years ago at Payless before it became Rite Aid and before it went out of business. No breeze, no nothing, no windows open, nothing. The shells just started moving. And I kind of stopped. 65. Yeah, it will be okay. I'm going to be out on the hillside tomorrow, so I'm not going to be on much longer, but I'll finish this one. And so I got some of it on film. It just didn't touch it. I wasn't anywhere near it. And it just decided to just, like, the wind hit it and there was no wind. And I'm like, hi, are you coming to visit? I'm like, Bradley? Mama? I said, I know it's not loud because there's no cigarette smoke. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. This house is definitely got visitors. But that was really weird because I spent the whole day, most of my day, talking to him yesterday because I got to go get his ashes, some of his ashes, and bring them over here. I get 1.5 pounds. So I'll have him sprinkled all over my little trails. So I have someone to talk to when I'm out walking by myself. But yeah, that was pretty interesting because nobody was around me. I'm like, okay. Of course, the first thing I said is, do it again. I wanted to see it done again. I was the same kid when mom passed away. Minutes later, looking around going, do something. I know you're still hanging around. Do something. And she didn't. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to get up, move, start getting the house ready for a little whirlwind. And work on these beads more. But yeah. Bacon. I've got 3 pounds in the freezer. I need to stock up on bacon again. I have canned bacon grease because I'll use that for cooking instead of either that or coconut oil, not seed oil. Seed oil is bad. So I will be up the hillside. I don't know how Streamlabs work. What am I on now? Streamlabs work on my phone anymore. I forgot. So just keep an eye out for it. I don't know if I can set a time. I don't know how that's going to work tomorrow. But yes, I will be on the hillside, that side tomorrow. And that place that the people say it looks like the moon. Cross your fingers, there's no snakes. Because the rattlers are probably starting to come out. All right, guys. Have a fabulous day. And see some of you guys, Marf, the boat. If Wages has something, don't know. But if I don't see it, then hopefully you'll join me tomorrow on the hillside. And I will bring the gimbal. So I need to charge it. So it will be a lot more smoother than last week's was. All right. I love you all. Have a great day. All right. Bye-bye.